welcome back. We're going to be diving in to some fantastic blues a la Bob Dylan via Sean Costello, his wonderful hardcore ripping version of Bob Dylan's classic, obviously Five Believers. He really grabs this number by the horns and wrings every ounce of blues out of it. So I'll do my best to show you the essence of what Sean is doing. Obviously nobody can play like Sean Costello, so I'm just going to show you a few of the basic chords and grooves that he employs to get his sound on this track. And a quick apology to my students here in Edinburgh. Sorry for getting this video out to you a bit late this week, but hopefully you'll find it useful in time for our meetup on Thursday. Alright, grab your guitars, I'll do the same, and let's get stuck in. Alright, so to start off, I'm just going to walk you through a very basic way to play the chord progression. It's a blues in A, right? So just take the first position A chord, flatten your index finger, and then we're going to stick our pinky on that root note at the 5th fret, like so. Okay? And then to get the 7, we've got to go a tone below the root, so we're going to put our middle finger here. Okay? And if you can, on top of that, you just want to pump a sort of monotonic bass on the thumb, like so. Okay, so just practice that, and then when you're ready to change chords, we're just going to slide that chord up to the 7th fret, to D, and then you can do the same sort of thing there. You can keep the A bass if you want, because D/A is a perfectly acceptable chord, or if you want to drop your thumb down into these strings here in the middle of the guitar, you get the and back to A. Okay, and then when we're ready, we slide up to the 9th fret, and that gives us our E chord. Okay, if you want, you can jump your thumb onto the open E bass, or you can just move the thumb, as you did with the D chord, into the inside of the chord. Okay, and remember from this D position here, when we're transitioning back to an A chord, if you wanted to break out into a little bit of soloing or a riff, remember that you've got access to the A pentatonic minor scale very easily from this chord position. Okay, once again, at the 10th fret on the pinky, step down into it that way, or you could step here like I did the first time. Okay, and out. Okay, here's a playthrough of that for you. Okay, here's how Sean kind of plays the chord riff throughout the verses. He's just going to be out of this A bar chord position. We get rid of most of the bar chord, right? We're going to free up our fingers to kind of move around a bit. But we're thinking about an A7 chord like this. And then if you just get your root note on the 7th fret, your thumb on the A bass, and then from the top strings, we're just going to descend from the root note to the 7, to the flatted 3rd, down to the root, and then you can hammer on from the 7 to the root again. Okay, so like so. 5th fret, 8th fret, B string, 5th fret, G string, 7th fret, D string, 5th fret, D string. Okay, so all of that together. Okay, here's a little playthrough for you to follow along with. Alright, here's that main riff that comes at the end of each verse. So you're going to start out on the open A string, and then you're going to hit the 5th fret to the 7th fret, and then step down to the 5th, to the 7th, back, and then when you get to the 5th fret, okay, so that real slow. Okay, now with a bit more oomph. Okay, so remember that, you know, one time you'll do the little twiddle here at the 5th fret, and then the next time just leave that out so you get a sense of call and response happening, you know, like so. Alright, here's another playthrough for you, play along. Alright, here's that classy double stop he employs in the intro. It's real simple. We're just thinking about an A minor chord at the 12th fret. Okay, so we've got 12, 13, 14. That's kind of the notes we're thinking about. And start off with just these two fingers, index and the middle at the 12th and 13th. What you want to do is hit those two notes together. That's a double stop. And then you want to push the middle finger away from the index. Okay. And then you're going to land on the A root on the G string, 14th fret. Okay. Alright, here that is played for you. Alright folks, well that's about it for this week. I hope you found this little lesson useful. It's just a sort of stepping stone towards opening up the secrets held within this tune. It would take a long time to figure out all the stuff that Sean's doing, such nuance in his playing. But as always, go to his recording and listen closely and see if you can pick out some of the notes. A lot of what he's doing is based out of the chords and the simple pentatonic framework. But obviously the expression he's putting in there is derived from his deep study of classic bluesmen like Albert King, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Muddy Waters, you name it. He's really absorbed and assimilated their styles. So that's all we can do, is go back to these sources and kind of try to get the essence of them. So have fun with that, dive in deep, practice hard, and we'll see you this week. Cheers.